Hello everyone, today we have an interesting video. So I'm going to fix another programming challenge, fixed string case. So what does this mean? In this kata you will be given a string that may have mixed uppercase and lowercase letters, and your task is to convert that string to either lowercase only or uppercase only based on make as few changes as possible. If the string contains equal number of uppercase and lowercase letters, convert the string to lowercase. So an example here, since only one D is uppercase, we want to convert it to lowercase and everything is lowercase. If we have only one lowercase and we want to do so with E only, and it's the same thing here, but if we have equal number, then we change all to lowercase. Okay, so we have three scenarios here, or three paths that we can take. So let's just start it fixed string case. We can code here, but I prefer coding in VS Code, and then it's more fun actually. Let's get started. Let me create the file. It's going to be called fixed string case. Fixed string case. Yes. Okay, just call the. It's not okay, but we will disable it because otherwise the problem is status red disable compilation for C#. Thank you. The problem is it's going to just it's not working when I disable class. Create a class. No. Create a class fixed string. Okay, it's public. So I put private, then fixed string case. We just build a method, but wait, first let's write the algorithm, or maybe we can do it in the method itself. Let's just write the algorithm. Not sure if you can see it. Let's do it bigger. So yeah, what we want to do right now is let's just copy and paste this. We have everything in a single line, in a single view. So the aim right now is, like we see, we have at least three conditions or state control. Let me write about the algorithm. So right, a good practice is writing the algorithm first. You can also write it as pseudocode, but we'll write it as algorithm. So let me think quickly. The first thing here is that we want to keep a variable. So we want to loop inside of the string at iterate or collection. Then once we loop inside it, we keep. So we need. Let me check. Let me remove this quickly, and so but we know it starts. So it starts. The input is string code string. What's the name there? It's S example code. Then output that we want to give is that then we need to return output string S itself. That's it. Output. Okay, that's the part of algorithm. Now the first step is keep a variable. There are actually so many ways to do that, and it's not the first only way to do that. We can use a more declarative approach and use linQ, for example, but I will try to keep it as simple as possible and a very short video as well. The first thing is we keep a variable for num var num for upper 0, num lower 0. Okay, then we for loop for each s. It's just going to write it like very like pseudocode type, and then we are going to check if s is character is either is we have three conditions basically here. You can already see it. So if let me put it here. If S is upper, if S is lower, and then the third one is just a check we will do later on. So if S is upper, we just num upper plus plus, then otherwise we num lower plus plus. Okay, that's by the end of so there are two ways that we can do it. I'm pretty sure we can convert everything to lower. So what we can do is if num upper is greater than num lower, what we want to do right now is simple. We are going to have everything have string to upper, else to lower. Simple as that. And if they are the same, so I will have to have 3 because wait, let's think also if s is equal to if num upper is the same as num lower, then we just return the string lower. Otherwise, we do a check. If one is bigger than the other, we return it to upper. So here already, when you write it in pseudocode, you can see how much simpler it should be. If I'm going to write it directly, it's not very clean or even simplified. Just writing this pseudocode gives you a very good idea of how else you can write it. So we just type it. So it seems we have only one condition that we need to check actually, this one. If this condition is true, we are going to return to upper. Okay, that's it. Otherwise, we just return to lower. Because why? If lower is more than upper, we return to lowercase, and if they are the same, they can be considered still in the else phase. So that's it. You don't even need to go for it. We don't need to check it separately. So that's why I highly recommend anytime you write the algorithm and the pseudocode down before coding. And in fact, this is a very, very simple example. If you can do something like, if you have more complicated one, you can do something like lower. You can actually abstract or even just write function names like here to upper and just leave the implementation details because they're not that important. Okay, now we've got a good program. The public static. We are going to return a string. We are going to call it fixed case fix because we can call it the same name as the. Right, this is very good. Let's just go and get started around it. Now the question is just mere implementation detail. We are going to for each. We can use either for each or. Oops. Yeah. So we can either use a for each. I think for is. It's too long. Or is reserved, so we are going to s should work in my honest opinion. So let's just return s meanwhile just to avoid seeing this error. So for each for c, and it's working or not. So if you're not sure, of course it's working right now. We don't even need to check it. So you could just add a console write line and it would work without any problem. It will at least you have a way to check your if the code, but this is too simple to check. So let's get started with our pseudocode. We need to keep this variable, so you can use var, you can use int num upper dot Declarative 0, num lower. Okay, that's very good. Now, once we've done that, we are going to check. So, if C is lower, so we don't. I think we don't even need to check it. But let's implement the algorithm of pseudocode. Okay, C is it's not. What is C? C should be a character. Should be giving me It's not a character. Maybe I should compare it to character. To character. I'm just going to check it quickly. So it's just the use of jar object. Is a letter upper, so it's upper. So right now we are going to just focus on the implementation detail. We've already separated it from the logic part, so this is a very good idea actually. Try not to merge these two. Fix the problems first, or solve the problem first, then implement it. So right now we are just blindly going to implement it. Okay, so var C is this, and then we can just num upper the plus. Okay. So if it's not upper, it's lower. If it's lower, we can just write it directly here. And it's not convention, lower plus. So obviously there are better ways to write this. And the good part nowadays is we will just use in a moment. I'm just going to char is upper. So I'm just writing it num upper plus well, type wise num lower. I usually use let's keep the optimization for later. I know what's not working, but let's keep it for later. So we have it here working. I think it's pretty awesome. And now we are just going to check. So remember what we done, return as return. So only this s to lowercase, to lowercase, to lower. Okay, we are just going to make a single check here. If greater statement num upper is bigger than num lower, return s to upper. Well, as simple as that. Right now we are just going to simplify this code a bit more by using ternary operator, and yeah, let's see how it goes. But hey, first let's check if this works. I've coded it without even copy, without checking it. I think it should work, so let's see. Wow, the indentation is dead. Test it. Let's see if it works, and yeah, seems to work. Pause for questions, but before, let's make it a bit more. Let's have it more beautiful as well. Lower upper 2, then we return false, then we so if upper is bigger, to upper, s to lower. So very easy stuff. But I think the most important part is really the process behind. So like you've seen, I've written it first in English, in a language that I'm good at. In fact, if you don't know English well, you can even write it in your mother tongue, like Mauritius Creole. You can even write it in Creole if you want, and then you can also write it in write the pseudocode first, like I did. So pseudocode is just a very high level language independent implementation, not even implementation. It's just about the control flow, and even the control flow you don't need to get deep into details. So it seems to be working well. I think it's very easy as well because it's 7Q. And there we go. We have this nice exercise. And let's see quickly other implementation. So that's a second way of doing it. I thought it's using LinQ. So I did mention that we can solve it in LinQ as well. So we are just going to count the number of character that is lower to length to okay, wow, this is interesting. The number of character. This one I don't really know what it does, but the second solution here looks easier to understand. So we are going to count using LinQ the number of characters that is uppercase, and if it's bigger than those that is lowercase, we're going to use uppercase, otherwise it's lowercase. So it's very good, and it's more of a declarative style, and it's fun. It's really fun. So I hope that you've enjoyed it. See you later for another interesting video.